dumbass, bro. I just delete all my work. But look, today what we're going to be talking about is that Jordan wouldn't have won more championships than LeBron James. The only one he would have won, and I'm confident which he would have won, was 2011. You know, LeBron, he did collapse, and then I feel like it shouldn't be held against his career too much. I'm talking about a Mavericks defense that was very, very experienced, a great perimeter defender in Shawn Marion. They were a very good perimeter-oriented team when it comes to shooting. Jason Terry had great games. People say J.J. Barea clamped LeBron. J.J. Barea played like three possessions against LeBron James. Let's get that out of our mind. LeBron just collapsed. He just collapsed. Nobody can stop LeBron. Nobody can stop Jordan. The only reason they would ever lose like that is if they collapse. That's what happened to LeBron in this situation. So the only one they would have won was 2011. Okay, 2007. Let's start with this finals. The first finals LeBron James lost. First of all, getting that team to the finals is an impressive feat. Getting that team to the finals. You talking about Boogie Gibson and Zydrunas Ilgauskas, bro? Like, no. Nobody is winning that finals against a prime Tim Duncan, a very good but still pretty young Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Bruce Bowen. The thing that made them collapse, they had a switchable defense. They played zone defense against a very great slasher, which we have seen happen in the past, which is horrible. Miami did it earlier this year to Milwaukee. That's why they folded it in 5 games. A very elite slasher like Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know how they could have broke that zone? Run a damn pick and roll with him like he's a freaking big man because he's 6'11 and strong as hell, you dumbasses. But look, that obviously failed. LeBron, nobody could facilitate the ball. He couldn't be setting pick and rolls and people know what to do. Nobody was a good pick and roll offensive player on his team except for him. He lost that. Jordan would have lost that too. I don't want to hear it. Zone defenses are great at guarding mid-range shots, great at guarding on ball, great at preventing slashes towards the middle. 3 things Jordan was great at doing. They would have shut that down. I wouldn't have said that they would have held him to like 15 points per game. Jordan's still going to get his buckets at the end of the day, just like LeBron did in that series, but it's going to be harder buckets, less efficient buckets. So 2014, we'll go to 2014. This is the one that I was like, this is a more relevant loss, okay? 2014, D Wade, third best shooting guard of all time, has him on his team. Goes out with an injury earlier in this playoff run. Comes back and he averages 14 points per game. Now I love D Wade. He's my favorite player of all time. Don't act like I'm trying to downplay what he did here. But he played horrible. 14 points per game, bad efficiency. That's not Dwayne Wade in the finals. Dwayne Wade in the finals is normally a 25 to 35 point per game score. We know 35 point per game was in 2006 where he had that crazy playoff run. This greatness at his best. Michael Jordan, do you think he would have won that playoff series? I'm here to tell you no. He would not have won that playoff series. This is, again, a great Spurs defense, switchable, a new asset, a new great defender in Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard's not stopping Jordan. Kawhi Leonard's not stopping Bron. Kawhi Leonard's not stopping 90% of superstars that are on LeBron and Jordan's level. But he is going to make it hard for them. He made it hard for LeBron. He would make it hard for Jordan. And zone defenses, like I said, the way to break a zone defense is to hit 3-point shots and to slash through the middle. It is hard to hit 3-point shots when your name is LeBron James or Michael Jordan. 2 not very prolific 3-point shooters. LeBron James ended up becoming a better 3-point shooter, but Jordan was not a 3-point shooter. Don't try and convince me that. The next way to break a zone defense is force the ball middle and then pass it out to shooters in the corner. Jordan's the worst facilitator than LeBron. And I'm not trying to diss Jordan. Again, this is not me. I'm not trying to justify that LeBron's the GOAT in this situation. He's a worse facilitator than LeBron. It'll be harder for him to do that. Slashing middle, you have an elite rim protector in Tim Duncan, one of the most elite rim protectors of all time. To me, he's the best defender of all time. But anyway, you have an elite rim protector in Tim Duncan. He's old, but his brain is still there. He still has high IQ. So Jordan's not winning against that. maybe average more points per game. But let's say LeBron, he actually did end up averaging 28, 8, and 4 in this series, shooting 57% from the field and 51% from 3. He did not have a bad series at all, but he only averaged 4 assists because that zone defense is hard to break when you're the San Antonio Spurs, a very smart defense. 2015. Do I need to explain why Jordan would lose this series? Golden State was one of the most high-scoring offenses in the season that year. Chucking threes, blowing teams out by 40. Jordan not a three-point shooter. How are you going to keep up? Oh, let's also say 2015. What was the third best player on the Cavs? Or the second best? They were hurt. Kyrie Irving was hurt. Kevin Love was hurt, sadly, And I feel like if they were healthy, if one of them was healthy, I think it could be a 7-game series and maybe LeBron pulls it out. But if both of them were healthy, I think the Cavs do win that series. Jordan's not winning that series. There's great perimeter defenders. Again, they will live with his mid-range shots. They will live with his mid-range shots and his drives to the paint. Obviously, they don't have an amazing big. Golden State never had an amazing big, but they always had a solid defensive one, a.k.a. Andrew Bogut. So these are mobile, switchable on-ball defenders that would make him to need to be a facilitator, which we know Jordan's a worse facilitator. And injuries also plagued that series. 2017 and 2018. Do I need to explain these to you? With no superstar in history, not one at all, would have got past that team with the team LeBron had. 2017, Kyrie was mad. Yes, he averaged pretty decent numbers. They had no chance. You're talking about Steph Curry, top 2-point guard of all time. Kevin Durant will probably end his career as a top 3 to 5 small forward of all time. He might be over Bird right now. He might be the second best small forward of all time right now. Klay Thompson, best 3-and-D player ever. Draymond Green, best glue player, one of the best defenders, one of the best switchable defenders of all time. Who else they had? Boogie Cousins? No, they didn't have Boogie Cousins yet. Case in point, that team is better than LeBron with Kyrie and K-Love. And then LeBron with Kyrie and a coming off an injury K-Love. And then a LeBron with a coming off an injury K-Love. That was 2018. Kyrie already left. They don't win those at all. Not at all. So then in this situation, Jordan would have 5 rings instead of LeBron having 4 rings, because he would have won 2011. But that's it. If Jordan could have very well shrank in 2011. Again, that Mavericks defense was very, very scary, bruh. No cap. Like switchable defender, Sean Marion. They were a very annoying team. They were a great shooting team that also very harassed the Heat team, since Dwayne Wade wasn't a shooter, LeBron wasn't a shooter. Yes, they get a head of steam they can get a head of steam, so people would guard them on the perimeter. But Chris Bosh was really their only star shooter that's a star player, you know what I mean? And then they had obviously somewhat good 3-and-D players out of their prime veterans on the rest of their team, but they had no depth. So yeah. But other than that, man, it's gonna end the video. Hope y'all enjoy. Subscribe, like, all that.